Thank you very much. Hello there.
Hello, everybody. What is up? Welcome to the final countdown live stream. Not Cantina Social Hour, the final countdown live stream as we are gearing up for the end of this month-long Back the Bar, HasLab, Star Wars The Vintage Collection, Mos Eisley Cantina campaign. It's great to be here. It's great to see everybody that is here with us this evening. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, you guys, this is the last hour of the Back the Bar campaign. This is the last hour. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but look, we're going to hang out. We're going to talk about this HasLab. We're going to talk about things in real time as they go in this last hour. A lot of the time, these last hours, the campaigns can be crazy. They can be unpredictable. So we're going to see what happens. Are we there yet, unlocking all of the tiers? Not quite yet. We still have 2 more tiers to go. We got Greedo this morning. We're still waiting on Nabrin Leeds. Is Nabrin Leeds going to unlock in the next hour? Possibly. Is Arleal Shoes going to unlock in the next hour? I don't know. But we're going to get through it together because for the next hour and a half-ish, we're going to be here, just you, me, and a Cantina. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you on this Monday night. I think this is the first time I've ever streamed on a Monday night. And this is the first of 3 streams this week. Tonight, I'm here with you. Friday night, we got Cantina Social Hour. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking to, continuing the party. The fact that we did back the bars, no matter what happens with some of these extra tiers, we're going to keep talking. This Friday, I've got Toys Are the Way, returning to the Cantina. We got Susan Alexander, and we got Peak Obi-Wan. And then Saturday, I'm doing another fun stream Saturday with Middle-Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures, Jason. I've got Tim from Bosk's Bounty, and I've got Chris from banthaskull.com. Will anybody else show up? Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, 3 streams this week. This is the first one that we've got underway. So, I know it's a nail-biting. I guess I want to start off by saying, it is nail-biting this last hour. But as my friend here, Ken Plume says, no matter what happens, we got the bar. Here's hoping for a rally, but I'm happy we got this far. Thank you for that, Ken. I want to see who else is in the house. There's another hour. Let's see what happens. We got Dean standing by. Hey, Dean, how's it going? Thank you for being here. Collector Phil, how's it going? Good to see you, Collector Phil. Dodson 93, how's it going? Almost 13,000 backers. We're this close. Kevin Johns, how's it going? Keeping our fingers crossed indeed. We got Jacob. Jacob, how's it going? Good to see you. We got Matt in the house. Matt, how's it going? Matt, thank you. You backed a second one. Here's hoping it will get us to Arleal. Every little bit counts. Every Cantina backed counts and helps us to get this much closer to those stretch goals. Peak Obi-Wan, how's it going? Good to see you. Steven, how is it going? We got William in the house. William, how is it going? We got Dodgson in the house. Dodgson, what's up? My SW guys, how are you doing? We still got time. Absolutely. We got Rick in the house. Rick, how's it going? We got David Matthews. Is it the David Matthews? Thank you for hanging out with us. 13,444. Nice. We got Matt Drace in the house. Matt, how's it going? Drum roll. Rick, I hope everybody's excited as I am. This place is going to be so awesome to set up. It is. It really is. I'm stoked. Nice. Kevin Johns, how's it going? Hour left. Tier 2 is doable. It is. It is doable. Very nice. We got Adam in the house who's moderating the comments. Thank you, Adam, for doing that. Thank you for being here tonight. We got Lil Pookie in the house. It's the final countdown. Absolutely. Final countdown live stream. Very cool. Uncle Scorch, what's up? Capitan, how are you doing? No name. How's it going? Nabrin Lee, that's what we're hoping for. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Who else is in here? Peter, you're here. Hi, how's it going? We're finally getting some tonica. Congrats. Thank you, man. Thank you. Congrats to you. Congrats to everybody. We got a good start here. Off to a good start indeed. Thank you guys. Geek Strong, how's it going? Good to see you. Jeremy, how's it going? Good to see you. I got Jeffrey Horn in the house. Let's go. Absolutely. Dave FXX, how is it going? Brian, how are you doing? 1 hour of Cantina craziness. Let's make it crazy. No matter what happens, let's have a good time. Let's make it crazy. Let's be positive. Let's celebrate. Okay, we're gonna celebrate. We're not across the complete finish line yet. We're back in the Cantina, but let's have a good time. He guy from Denver, my first time tuning in for the live stream, so pumped to get this Cantina collection. Welcome. We're glad that you are here. Mary, how's it going? Mary, it is great to see you here. We got 22 in the house. Hopefully we'll get Tonica Sisters as regular releases in different card backs. I hope so. I definitely hope so. Eric, how's it going? It is really good to see you because it has been a minute. Thank you for joining here with us tonight. We've got Jeffrey, only 400 and change until the great four-armed one. We're close. We're getting there. Michael Hood, how is it going? Always the orders rack up at the very end. This last hour, I'm telling you guys, this is that little area where anything can happen. We don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to get crazy? Is it going to be steady? Is it going to just drop off? Probably not, but we'll see what happens. Galactic Man, Larry, first time live. Thank you for being here with us, Larry, live from Germany. We love it. Hellrunner Base, good to see you as well. Blake Kemp, how are you doing? Eric says he just backed the other day. We also got Arik. Hello, everyone who's hoping we get all the tiers unlocked before the finish. Yes, this lady right here is one of those. Adam, how is it going? Justin, how is it going? Wisconsin, awesome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. 17.28. Hello. Thank you for being here with us. Got Brent in the house. Hasbro should include a Victoria's Cantina sticker to go with the Cantina. Yeah, they wouldn't do that, but thank you for the sentiment nonetheless. Robbie, how's it going? From Australia. Very nice. Thank you for being here with us. I love it. We got people from all over the place. Germany, Wisconsin, Australia. Love it. Cat Dag, no longer sad. Congratulations. No matter how this shakes out, the Tonic Sisters are coming to our collections. Indeed. Indeed, they are. Geek Strong says, my family and I just purchased 2 baby girl ducks today, and I'm trying to convince my family to name them Bria and Cindy. Wish me luck. Good luck, Geek Strong. That is awesome. I hope that works out because that's a lot of fun. I love that. Jeremy, 13,550. Ooh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Wilson, how's it going? I'll give a both dinosaur toys assorted. Imagine how much more this could have backed if only the Cantina were an integral part of Star Wars. I love it, Ken. Thank you. Better Bob, 4 Nabroon. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see what happens. It ain't over yet. Bo Checkmate, how is it going? Bloodroot, how's it going? Do you know if the Wolfman will be released in a different card? I hope so. I hope we unlock it tonight, but if we don't, I think, there's a chance we might still get it on a different card. Yes. But let's hope it unlocks tonight because that would be even better. Grant from Tasmania in Australia. So we got another person from Australia. Grant, welcome. Thank you for being here. And you back too. That's amazing. Ron, how's it going? Do you know which HasLab updates in real time, or is this a lag in how the meter? I think it does update in real time, as far as I know. Now there may be like a minute or 2 delay, but as far as I know, it's pretty much real time. The numbers climbing fast. That's good to know. Thank you for filling me in there, David. Alcasaurus, how's it going? Great to see you. We're off to a good start. We got 115 in the house. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. Really appreciate it. So I just came over from the John Miko's stream a little earlier this evening. Some of you guys, I saw that you were in there. So thank you for following over. But what a good time over there. It's always great to hang out with Augustine and with John. And, I've been watching that stream too. So really nice. And to hang out with those guys as always. And, like I said on there, It's not over yet. It's still, we still got some time. We still got some time. So throughout this stream, like I said earlier, we're just going to keep track. We're going to see where things are at. We're going to see where things go. And we're just going to have a party. Okay, we're going to have a party because we've already done the hard part, right? We backed the bar. 8,000 backers. It took almost the entirety of the campaign to get there. We didn't get there till last Friday, but we're there now. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep fighting. And it's not over yet. Okay, but we did the hard part. Now it's just the gravy on top. It's the cherry on top. It's just the little extras that, can make this even better than it already is. But it's already pretty darn good. You got it in it. Tonica is in the set. Yeah. Latoya T, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Awesome. All right. So what's going to happen, you guys? Where is this at? Why don't we take a look? Let's look together. I'm going to jump over to HasLab. And according to this, okay, let me refresh because I haven't refreshed this in like 10 minutes. 13,602. All right. We are at 298 till we unlock Nabrin leads, our four-legged or four-armed friend Nabrin leads. If Nabrin leads unlocks, if we get to 14,000 backers in the next 46 minutes, we will be adding him to our collections as well. Of course, with any kind of HasLab, it's just those bonuses that make it extra special because, they're giving us more value for the money. And in this case, this isn't a cheap HasLab. Whether you get the basic for $399.99 or the deluxe for $499.99, it's an expensive proposition. So any extras that we can get to sweeten the deal, that's what we want. So we want to see Nabrin leads get unlocked. We want to see our Leo shoes get unlocked, hopefully. I'm staying positive. It's not looking too bad right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my holocron, right? I want to see what's going on here. I'm going to pull out the holocron. Let's see what it says. Okay. All right. According to the holocron, things are looking good. Things are looking good. Always in motion is the future. I think we're going to get Nabrin leads. Hopefully we get to our Leo shoes. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you guys. It's been a party. This campaign started on June the 7th, okay? June the 7th, and that was after being delayed for a month. Because Hasbro said back in, if we can just do a bit of a recap, Hasbro said back on, I forgot the exact day, but it was in March. It was like early to mid-March. They said, the new HasLab is coming on May the 4th. So we had all this time to get excited and to be prepared and to see what's going to happen, right? And then May the 4th came and we found out just the day before on the 3rd or earlier that week that it was being delayed. So we had to wait a little bit. But, we finally were able to get this unveiled on June the 7th. And it was unveiled when I wasn't even home. I was traveling. I was, on my way to Memphis, Tennessee. And, I was kind of basically on the plane, just kind of looking and like, okay, Tonica sisters are in there. These are the stretch goals. It was exciting, very exciting. But it wasn't until I got back from my trip that's when the hard work, that's when the gears kicked into motion, trying to push this. As you guys know, we've been streaming every week about this. And, 3 streams this week alone. So, we're really excited. I'm really excited. As I've been saying since the beginning, this is a dream project of mine. This is something that I've been wanting to see happen since I was a kid. And that's not a hyperbole. Like I genuinely I started collecting this line in 1996 when I was a kid. And the things that excited me the most, the figures that excited me the most were the aliens. There were always the Cantina aliens. I still remember there was this boy, in my grade level. I think it was like 1997 or 98. I think it was 97. And he came up to me and with a Toy Fair magazine. And he said, look who's coming, because he was collecting them too. He showed me his magazine and it said Lax Sivrak and it had his picture in there. And I was like, what? Lax Sivrak is coming to the Power of the Force 2? Like, and I was so over the moon. And I was out there for it. Like, the Cantina aliens have always been my favorite toys, figures from Star Wars, the Cantina aliens, and just recreating that scene. And as time went on, they released more and more. We got the 3D cardboard diorama during the Power of the Force 2 Comtech days. We then got some of the small bar sections that they did in the early 2000s and put all those together. So they did little bits here and there, but never like a full proper Mos Eisley Cantina playset until now. Go back to the Creature Cantina playset in the 1970s. Now we're in 2024. And there's this HasLab that has been backed for the Mos Eisley Cantina, the one definitive cantina you'll ever need. Sure, you can spruce it up. You can add your lights. You can add your floor, your roof, whatever you want to do. It's customizable, right? It's modular, which is awesome. So you can do whatever you want with it, and that's great. Now, it's been quite a trip. It's been quite a ride. But I see you guys' excitement here, so I'm going to read through the comments once again. We got 138 in the house. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. And let's see what is going on here. Victoria, are you buying an extra Cantina live and doing a giveaway live tonight? It's an expensive Cantina for sure, but I thank everybody who donated to Angela's Cantina fund, and we were able to back her deluxe Cantina. So once that comes on, that will be fun to get that to her when the time comes. I think we do get Nebrun. Wolfman would need a little miracle, or the mystery of the international numbers. Wouldn't that be something if they've been withholding all the international numbers until like the last 5 minutes and they just add them all in at once and it gets us to 18,000? Wouldn't that be, or 17,000? Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be amazing. Hope for shoes. I like it. I like the one that Emily from Hasbro created. It was Squeal for Arleal. Like, I thought that was like a fun hashtag. So close to Nebrun. We are so close to Nebrun. We are getting there. Is that holocron a Jedi or Sith? This is a Jedi holocron right here. Jedi holocron. Capitan says, I love this HasLab, so I saw the community united. Absolutely. And, that's one of the best parts about, creating content and videos and all this stuff is being able to interact with people, being able to hang out and being able to come together as a community and push for a common goal. Because you don't really see that, honestly, with most hobbies, like even most collecting, like the way vintage collection collectors and that community can come together to push and support like a HasLab campaign, the way that we've seen with this, the way we saw with the sail barge. It's really cool. It's really special for sure. Michael, Graceland. Yes, I did. I did go to Graceland. And I loved it. I'd never been there. It was always a bucket list item for me, thing for me to do. And it was absolutely amazing. Like I love Elvis, and to go into his house and to, go on see the museums and all that was just like a dream come true. And I just loved it. I loved going in there and feeling all the vibes and everything. It was really special. And I really enjoyed visiting Memphis. It was really cool. Hasbro should just throw in Arleal Shoeson as a plot twist if we make 14. Imagine that. I don't think they're going to do that because then it would be expected for future HasLabs. But that would be kind of cool. Like if they just said, hey, we're going to throw them in there. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just keeping an eye on the numbers to see where it gets. Cube and not pyramid. That means it's all light side. Yes, this is we're focused on the light tonight. We're focusing on the positivity. We're focusing on backing the bar and just supporting one another and just we're here for the love of it, right? We're here for the love of collecting, the love of the vintage collection, the love of Star Wars, the love of Star Wars toys, and all about the positivity. Toy Fair for the win. You remember that? Yeah, Toy Fair magazine. Those were the days. Like, I remember. Do you guys remember Walden Books? Does anybody remember that bookstore? When I was a kid, I used to go to the mall with my parents. We had a Walden Books, and I would always go in there, and I would like pull up the latest Toy Fair. Yeah, I wouldn't always buy them because I was a kid. And any penny I got would go towards my Star Wars action figures. But I would take Toy Fair to the corner of Walden Books and just sit there, just kind of flip through it and see what the values were like on the the Power of the Force 2 figures. It's like, oh, 0.001, it's not worth quite as much as 0.00. Darth Vader with long lightsaber, not quite, worth more than a short lightsaber and long tray, all that kind of crazy stuff back then that we were all concerned about. But like seeing like the new figures and such in there was really exciting because there wasn't really the internet back then. I mean, it existed, but nobody was using it for toys. In the 90s, it was being used for other things. So there wasn't like a Rebel Scum. There wasn't a Bantha Skull. There wasn't a Victoria's Cantina. There was nothing like that, right? So we're learning about all these things from the trades, right? From the magazines, Toy Fair, and that was a big deal during that time. Really big deal. Matt says, it was a dream for me to start collecting in 1977 and never stopped, except for droids and Ewoks. That's cool. So you have a longer history with this line than I do, and it's great that you're still here for it and you're backing the Cantina. That's amazing. Ron says, I haven't thought about Toy Fair magazine in so long. Those were the days. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Congrats on all who backed the bar. Yes, congrats again to everybody that has been in this. So I've been pushing for this to happen. Rick says, I just opened my Jabba's Palace yesterday and set it up. It blew me away. Just putting some lights above it makes it come to life even more. The Cantina is going to be even bigger and better. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's a HasLab. It's got to be better. But yeah, I love the Jabba's Palace. You guys can probably see it right here. I got on the shelf. And if you haven't seen my collection display video that I released back in January, please do, because that took me a long time to make, because things come out and then you start changing their shelves and you're like, I got to go back and film that again. And they've changed a little bit since then, to be honest. But yeah, if anybody wants to see my collection, you've never seen it, there's more over here, and over here. I got the collection video that's there, and it kind of shows how I display the vintage collection, how I display my stuff. Maybe that'll give you a hint to how I'm going to display my Cantina. Battery Bob says, the aliens from Star Wars OT have always been my favorite too. Yeah, and I've said them many times. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again because I'm sure you've heard it, but that as a kid, that really captured my imagination. That Cantina scene when I'm seeing the original Star Wars for the first time. I wasn't around when they came out in the theater, no, but I came about in that time between the OT and the PT. And I saw the OT first, and when I saw New Hope the first time, and I saw humans versus bad guys, right? Stormtroopers, and then you go to Tatooine, Tuskens and Jawas, but then you go to the Cantina and there's like all these aliens, and like you're like, wow, this is cool. And that always like really grabbed my imagination as a kid and just maintained my interest in Star Wars. And ever since then, this has always been my favorite scene in all of Star Wars. It's the one thing I think of, like, I love, obviously I love the characters, right? I love like Anakin, and I love like Han and Luke and Leia and all that in the story, right? But like that scene, that Cantina scene is just, it's like imprinted like in my brain. Like the music, the aliens, like it's just, and to finally be able to build out the play sets, to build the cantina for myself and to have that in my collection is what this campaign has been all about. So back the bar, you guys, back the bar. If you haven't backed the bar already, if you want to, you'll help us get those stretch goals at least. So consider it, please. There's not a lot of time left. Ark says, 90s kid here. My first Stars was the OT box set, special edition. My dad had in the house. The Cantina City Hope was one of my favorite parts of that movie. Yeah. So the special edition, that was the first time I saw Star Wars in the theater when that came out in 1997. And I had already started collecting in 96. But I think what I bought first was, as far as the films go, was the VHS that they released in 1995 before the special edition. And I think I got those in 96 as well. But it was the VHS cassette tapes that had they were remastered in THX, but they weren't special edition. They didn't add anything to them at that point in time. It was just like the original movies remastered. And I know there were like minor tweaks here and there that were different from the theatrical releases, just very minor like things. But it was great to have those. Those VHSs are really cool. Adam says that he still has his Creature Cantina playset from 1978. That's awesome. That is awesome. Why don't we go back to that for a moment? What do you guys say? Should we take a look at that? Let's do that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, and we'll take a look at that. Let's see where it started, and then we'll take a look at where we're at. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and let's go ahead and see if we can play this.
It's the Star Wars Creature Cantina that you put together. Action figures each sold separately. You can make them move on revolving discs with the action lever. You can even make them fall.
Gotcha, Hammerhead. Got him. I told you not to follow me, Greedo. You owe us money, Han Solo. You're not going to collect this time. Wow, what a weird place.
Kenner's new Star Wars Creature Cantina. Action figures sold separately.
What a trip. What a trip. That's where it started all that time ago, all those years ago, all those decades ago, almost 50 years ago. And look where we're at now. Look where we're at now. We're backing the bar. We're backing the definitive, the vintage collection Cantina. Okay? It's come a long way. We're at 13,820 backers with 31 minutes left in this campaign. You guys, we're 180 backers away from unlocking Nabrin leads. Can we do that during this stream? Do you guys think we can do that? Can we unlock Nabrin leads during this stream? I hope so. According to my holocron, there's a good chance that we can. And, this is the last hour. This is the most unpredictable hour of the whole campaign. This is when the FOMO sets in for a lot of people. So maybe a lot of people are going to jump in. We'll see. I do know that we have 168 in the house. So welcome. If you're just joining us right now, we're in the last hour here. We're in the final countdown live stream. We're having a good time. We're hanging out. We're talking the Mos Eisley Cantina. We're talking about the HasLab campaign. We're talking about why this is such an important and critical piece, a centerpiece to have if you are a vintage collection collector, even if you're just a casual Star Wars fan. I mean, to have the cantina, right? And to be able to put your aliens in there, your figures, and to pose them however you want, wherever you want. Like, this is a really magnificent thing. This is an awesome thing to be able to have access to. So as we enter the second half of this hour, let's see where things go. Let's see where things go. Like I said earlier, we've done the hard part. We've backed the bar. We've hit 8,000 backers. Right? Now we're going for the tiers. We're going for those stretch goals that we want to unlock. Okay, that's where things are at. I just get the itch to refresh this every few seconds. Okay, now we're at 13,842. Okay, so that's 12 in the last minute or so. All right. So we're excited. We're backing the bar. We're just trying to see what extras that we're going to be able to get. It's kind of like when you go to a convention or you go to some show or something and you've already bought your ticket. You're there. You're having a good time, but you never know. Is the band going to come back out for an encore? Are the exhibitors going to come back out and give you a free T-shirt? This is all extra. This is all, the very end of this campaign, this 30-day project that we've been following very closely here on Victoria's Cantina, that we've been very excited about and pumped about. So let's see what happens. Let's head back to the comments over here and see what's good. David says, I remember where I saw Star Wars for the first time in 1977. I love that. I love that. Capitan says, I miss my XX century. Do you mean the 20th century? Is that? I'm not good with Roman numerals, but yeah. Good time. Milky Way Skywalker, what is up? Good to see you. Milky Way, are you going to Comic-Con? I'm curious. I'm going to see you at SDCC this year. Collector Philip, may the force be with us all. Jeremy, your test is I'm confirming it for you. It works. Brent says, we can get it. The pace has us on track. Galactic Man Larry says, I hope they do release him somehow. They hinted it would be a possibility. The critical ones were the 3 included with the base offering. Absolutely. Wooher, the Tonikas, those were the critical ones. Those are the ones that were priority, right? But they did say, Hasbro did say, a couple of weeks back when they did their Q&A that I took part in, they said that those stretch goals may be released later on different cards. So, if we don't unlock our Leo tonight, I hope we do. If we don't, we still stand a good shot at this happening. We still stand a pretty good shot at them releasing our Leo shoes in the future. Geek Strong says, the bar is a dream place. That's definitely my favorite next to the Death Star. 17.28 says, Hasbro should have made a commercial for the HasLab in the 70s style. 100%. And, I've been saying that too. Like, I really wanted to see some of the promotion, because if you go look at the commercials they've made, like they've made some like advertisements like for Instagram and stuff. And on their YouTube channel, they're very contemporary, right? Like they're very modern. The music's modern. It's not really anything, I think if they would have like, you guys know what I do with the Vintage Collection podcast with the music. I try to give it a very 70s sort of feel, like, disco funk sort of thing with my music. Like I kind of wish that if they would have kind of pushed into that, leaned into like the retro aspect of it, made a new Cantina creature Cantina commercial for 2024. That would have been awesome. I would have done it for free if they would have asked me, because I think that would have been fun. God bless FOMO. Yeah, that's what we need to bank on here is the FOMO, because nobody wants to miss out on the Mos Eisley Cantina. Hello, I don't want to miss out on it. Erica, thank you. Absolutely, you guys. If you want to hit the like button, by all means, feel free to do so. PatDoc22, how's it going? Can't believe we are finally getting Greedo and Han. Yes, we're finally going to get brand new to 2024 standards Greedo and Han to put in the Cantina. You're going to need those two. Greedo is a very exciting thing to have unlocked, because Greedo is going to be able to go right alongside Han when we get our Cantinas. I hope that by then we'll have the Han Solo figure when we finally get the Cantina in the fall of 2025. And then you'll be able to set up that one alcove in your diorama where you have both figures. So that's really cool. So many great aspects of set. I agree, Pico B1. I love that it's modular. You can set it up however you want. If you don't have like a big coffee table, you can set it to fit your shelves. You don't have to buy like special furniture to display this Cantina. You can tailor the Cantina to fit what you already have, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it probably on my shelves and just kind of like work it in as best I can. Alex, how is it going? Good to see you. Glad that you are off work now and you get to chill with the rest of us here. Ed, how's it going? If everyone watching buys one more, we'll hit that tier. That's right. That's right. Because we have what, 165 right now. Yeah, we can do that, you guys. If we were to do that, we would get that tier. Gary, how's it going? I'm gonna be so tired at work. It's 4:30 in the morning here in the UK. Gary, thank you for hanging out. Ooh, yeah, that's really early there, but I'm glad that you're here. But you know, if you need to get some sleep, you know, I totally understand. Get some sleep is really important. Adam says we got the cake. It's all icing now. I agree, Adam. Like I said, this is all extra. Whatever we get now is just extra for us. Let me hit the refresh button. I want to see where this is at. 928. 13,928. You guys, we've got 24 minutes left in the campaign, and all we need to do is get 72 more backers to get Nabrin leads. Ooh. Yeah, let's get Nabrin leads. International orders. I don't know, Ryan. That's what we were wondering. Our international, yes, I think they do add them at the end of each week, if I understood correctly. But I don't know in this case, like if that's already been done or what, because it's Monday, right? So I don't know like how that works. Are they going to add them like towards the end? I have no idea. D, welcome to the show. I backed Eternia. That was so much bigger and I had electronics. It sadly doesn't feel like I got my money's worth. Understandable. Only thing I would say to that is, you know, with Star Wars stuff, the licensing fees are a lot more expensive. So that's always a factor. And then probably just the logistics of the playset itself would have been a factor as well. Yeah, that would have been cool, but I don't like things that have the potential to break, especially when they cost $400 to $500. Like I'd rather do that myself if I can at all do that. So I don't know that I needed the electronics. But you know, some people feel that they should have been there. You know, I totally, that's fair. I get that. This is a perfect scale representation of the movie set. Yeah. And that's what this is great about this. You know, this is an accurate portrayal of the Cantina in the 3 3/4 inch scale. And that's something that we're probably never going to see again. We really won't, not from Hasbro at least, which is part of what makes this so desirable and so a long time coming. Are people going to display the booths with or without the booth ceilings? Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it. I like the way it is in the picture here, like that I have on my screen. I kind of like the way they have it there. I might do that, and then the extra alcoves I'll just put on another shelf, most likely, because I kind of want to see as much as I can from a side view, at the very least. We got 175. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight here in the stream. We appreciate you hanging out on Monday night, which is very unusual for us to do. Never done a Monday night stream as far as I can recall, but I'm grateful that you guys are hanging out with me. Geek Strong says maybe Mr. Stevie will pack in the wolf for us anyway as a thank you. I mean, that would be cool. I would just go back to, you know, I kind of feel like if they did that, they might make people expect that the next time they do a HasLab, which, you know, probably isn't something they want. At the very least, I hope they release it somehow afterward, because that's a brand new sculpt. We've never had our Leo shoes in this scale as a figure from Hasbro. And that's he's after the Tonicas, our Leo shoes has been the one I've wanted the most. So I really hope that we're able to get our Leo for sure. Arik says, got to go. If any of you still on the fence, back the bar. You won't regret this purchase. Thank you, Arik, for being here. And good advice. You can always sell, you guys. If you back the bar, you get it, and you decide, hey, I don't want this after all. You're not going to lose money on something like this that's so limited. You're probably going to get your money back and more. Even if you were to open up and sell just the figures or keep the figures and sell the Cantina, you're going to come out on top either way. I have no doubt about that. Let's take a look and see where this is at. I'm going to refresh. You guys, we did it. Look, 14,019. We have backed Nabrin leads, you guys. Oh my God, this is super, super exciting. Yes, 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 yes. High five, you guys. I know you can't really high five me, but High fives nonetheless. This is super, super cool. We've backed Nabrin leads. We've unlocked that tier. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations, you guys. We're getting Nabrin leads. Nabrin leads is entering the Cantina. Nabrin leads is entering the Cantina. And we'll have an honored spot at the very front of it, just as Nabrin leads was in Star Wars A New Hope. You guys, we're not done yet. We've got 19 minutes. I know that may not be a lot of time, but we've got 19 minutes left. So let's make these 19 minutes count, okay? Justin says, hope for shoes. Yes. Squeal for our allele, you guys. Squeal for our allele. Absolutely. We got to make all of this count. Alexander, thank you so much for the super chat. 15 more days would have been enough for all tiers. You may be right about that, Alexander. You may very well be right. Once this is all over, I think on Friday stream and Saturday stream especially, I think I'm gonna kind of sit with my panels and just kind of see, what worked, what didn't, what could be done better next time. That'll be definitely something to consider, though. Bryn, how's it going? Good to see you. And I see all the excitement here, updating me with the numbers. Thank you guys for doing that. The Forces with Jesse, good to see you. How's it going? Very excited for this to arrive next year. Haven't had time to get swept up in the excitement over the last few weeks, but the Cantina is a dream come true, maybe even more so than the barge. Absolutely. For me personally, it's more exciting than the barge. I love the barge. It definitely was a dream project. But the Cantina, I'm all about the Cantina. That's like my jam. Yeah, you guys, Nabrin leads is ours. Yeah. Nabrin is free. Yeah. Guys, this is cool. We got another one. I love that. Here, let's refresh it again. 1489. Okay, it's still going up. Is it going to get to 17,000? Not looking like it, unfortunately. But positivity, right? Jedi Holocron, positivity. Yes. It ain't over till it's over, right? Hey, at least we're getting 2 tiers. Like I was saying earlier, the hard work was done. The hard work was getting to 8,000, and we did that. Now it's just unlocking the cherries on top, right? The Greedos, the Nabrin leads, maybe the Arleal shoes. Once we do that, these are just extras, right? We're having a good time. We're hanging out. We're keeping it positive. We got 190 in the house. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Monday night. It's crazy that you guys are here on a Monday night, but we love it. I love it. I hope you guys love it too. We're just having a good time. We're celebrating. We're in it to win it. And we're hoping that, we get all of these tiers. All right. We're hoping we get at all these tiers, but if we don't, it's okay. I feel like at this point with just one more tier left, even if we don't back it, I think Hasbro will still release it. I really do. Ken says, waiting for those 2,800 international orders to be added to the total. Wouldn't that be great? I would love that. I would love that so much. Charlie says, I was able to back the Cantina thanks to my grandma. I will be giving up at least 2 years of Christmas and birthdays, though. Charlie, you have an amazing grandma. On my behalf and on behalf of everybody here, tell her thank you. That is awesome. I would do the same thing too, honestly. Like the Cantina is a once in a lifetime thing to add to your collection. So that's awesome that your grandma did that. And, I think that was the right choice, giving up those birthdays and Christmases, because when you get this in your collection next year, you're going to have some figures that are going to be among the rarest figures ever made from Hasbro. They're going to be very desirable. People are going to want them and they're not going to have them. So, bravo. I'm glad that your grandma was able to hook you up there. Collector Phil says, I'm screaming alone in my house. I love it. Joe, how's it going? Says we need a 48-hour extension. You guys, if we had an extension, like a 24-hour even, I think we would get our Leo. I really do. But that's how it goes every HasLab. People always say at the very last day, oh, if we had another day. But that's not how the HasLabs work, unfortunately, even though it was a truncated campaign in this case, only 30 days to back the bar, compared with the usual 45 days. We got 15 minutes left. We're at 14,192. Our number is still going up. That's what we want to see. The number is still going up. Hope is not lost yet on that last tier. Grammy coming in clutch. Yeah. Thank your grandma once again. That is awesome. Oh, B-Man 98 says not. It's over. Is it? I don't know. It's not over yet. Steve, how's it going? Steve, good to see you. Wish I could snag one and help us out. Snag one, Steve. What you waiting for? Get you that Cantina. Yeah, Matt says, so sad I didn't do the barge. You guys, this is a really important thing to remember. I've never had anyone say, Victoria, I regret backing the barge. I wish I didn't have it. I hate it. Like, the only thing people have said is, Victoria, I wish I would have backed the barge. I wish I would have done it. It would have been expensive, but it would have been worth it. Now I got to pay 5 times more to get it. I don't want that to happen to you guys with the Cantina. I want you to have that Cantina next year when we're all receiving it. You're seeing the YouTube reviews come up and people posting their Instagram photos. I want you guys to have the Cantina. So if there's any way you can back the Cantina and have it for yourself, do it. I think it's going to be worth it. I really do. Ron says, I think if they wanted 18,000 backers, it would have happened if Wooher and Wolfman swapped spots. I mean, I feel like Wooher was essential as an included figure, more so than Arleal, but I do wish that Arleal would have been the first tier. I kind of get why it was Greedo, but I feel like Arleal would have been more ideal in this case, just because he's never been made, because we stand a better chance at getting that. But then would Greedo getting people excited to push it all the way to 17,000? Probably not, right? So it had to be something that was a little more exciting. Arleal may end up the fall guy here, but again, that doesn't mean we're not going to get him somehow, some way. Geek Strong says, is it possible we don't see the real number? Is it possible it hit 17,000 already? You might be right. It's possible that that's the case. We don't really know, but I feel like what we have is pretty accurate. I feel like if Hasbro were to up the number after the fact, I think people would start saying, oh, it's rigged and this and that. So I feel like the number is probably pretty accurate that we're at currently. Just based on what I've seen, I mean, I feel like that has to be the case. Like, it has to be accurate. But who knows? Maybe they haven't added the final numbers. It is a Monday. It is a weird time for this campaign to end, but we'll see. Tim says, it's still summertime, so don't mind being here during the summer. Just during the summer? All the time. Positivity, indeed, Kevin. We're keeping it positive. We're trying to focus on, the positive and what can still happen. Okay, has the number gone up? 14,286. It's still going up pretty quickly, you guys. This last hour has been pretty nuts, especially this last 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. I mean, 17,000 is a big ask at this point, but I don't know that it's impossible. Likely? Maybe not. Possible? Sure thing. It ain't over till it's over. Damon, how's it going? Oops, I bought 2. I saw a couple of questions asking me how many, if I bought it. I bought 3, you guys, for myself. I bought 3 for myself, and I'm getting one for Angela Staines, thanks to you guys' donations. You guys donated here to for me to purchase one on Angela's behalf, and then I'm going to hand deliver it to her when the time comes. So I'm receiving 4 in total, but 3 of those are mine. I'm going to have the deluxe one so I can open it up, get everything on the shelf, open the figures. And then I wanted to get a second one so I could get those figures and keep them carded. And I was thinking, maybe I could just use some of those alcoves in other scenes, like in Jabba's palace. Perhaps I could use them in other areas. Yeah. So, and then the third one, The third one is kind of because I want to have more of the figures. I'm going to have Angela sign mine for me. I'm going to have Angela sign mine for me when I deliver her Cantina. I'm going to have her sign mine, and then that's going to be like, you know, just an extra one I have signed. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with that Cantina playset. Maybe I'll give it away. I don't know. We'll see. We still got over a year to think about that and to you know, till it actually happens. So we will see. The Ranker had another 24 hours. Capitan says they extended Unicron. I mean, do you guys think they would have already said, though, that they were going to extend the Cantina if they were really going to extend it? I feel like I don't think they would do that like in the last few minutes of the campaign. But the thing about HasLab is it's always about firsts, right? I mean, I think at this point HasLab has been tried and true, and you know, they've gotten the formula down. They know how to run them pretty well. But they're still like discovering things, right? They're still finding, like, fine-tuning the process. So, I mean, maybe they'll do that. I don't know. I don't know. Good job, everyone. Let's do it all again next week, but it's a Black Series Cantina. Charlie says, my parents backed the ghost for me, and they'll be giving me for Christmas this year. Obviously, giving up fees for the Christmas and birthdays from mom and dad, as well as HasLab's worth it. Charlie, you're very wise beyond your years, because that is absolutely the way to go. That is absolutely the way to go. Any of the mainline stuff, like the Mandalorian figures and the Navarro Cantina, like any of that stuff, you know, you can go back and get it later. HasLabs are very hard to go back and get after the fact in most cases, especially the Star Wars ones, when you think of like the barge, and probably this Cantina as well. So, you know, you're doing it right. You're doing it the right way. Kevin says, after all the work you put into campaigning for the sisters, this must feel like such a win. Hard work and passion pays off in the end. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long several years in that respect. I mean, it's just a miracle that they're even making the figures. It really is. The fact that they're actually doing them, that is just the most exciting thing. It's that it finally happened, you know, and a lot of people came together to push that. A lot of people came together to push for that. We got 201 in the house. Thank you guys for joining us, for hanging out with us tonight. The final countdown live stream. MCR says, backed with 2 tiers is a big win. It absolutely is. It is a huge win. Paul, thank you for championing the Tonica sisters. Absolutely, my pleasure. Now I can ride off in the sunset. Once this comes in and I add it to my collection, I can ride off into the sunset. Eric says, I missed out on the barge. I still want it. Yeah, I mean, I feel you there. It's definitely desirable. Nian says, Nabra and Arliel Moftak would have been good tiers. Yeah, I mean, any of these new Cantina aliens would have been awesome. Let's see where we're at, you guys. 14,459 with 6 minutes left. We might get to 15,000. That would be pretty cool. We might get to 15,000. Yeah, good point, Brent. Wooher probably, you know, does better in the Cantina than he would in stores. Maybe a multi-pack would work. I'm not sure. Grant, thanks for the tonicas. You did it. Life goal, yeah. I mean, in a weird way, it kind of is a life goal to be getting the tonicas. Like, I never thought, I mean, I hoped and wished and prayed that we would get them, but I mean, I don't know that I ever thought. You would have asked me like a year ago. I don't know that I ever would have thought it would have happened, to be honest. But here we are. I never have to bother Hasbro again with this question about the tonicas. Adam says, we often do see the number go up somewhat after the end of the campaign. Okay. Thank you for confirming that, Adam. That's helpful. Andy, we need Oprah to order 3,000 units ASAP so you can give them away on her show. Galactic Man Larry, 1 day extension would do. It Yeah, at this point it would. If you extend this one more day, we'd get our Leo. 100%. Oh, I got you, Tim. Summertime for a Monday. Right on. Yeah. Wow, it's wild that on Monday night we still have over 200 in the house. Thank you guys for being with us. We really appreciate you hanging out with us here in the waning moments of the Mos Eisley Cantina HasLab campaign. We're really hopeful that we get all the tiers, but we're in the last little bit here. So, we're optimistic, we're hopeful, but we're also realistic. There's only 4 minutes left. But whatever happens, this is already a huge win for the vintage collection community. Fatmatic, how is it going? Good to see you. Uncle Dino, how you doing? You bought 5? Awesome. I love that. Rodrigo, how's it going? You just bought mine. Congrats, my friend. I am very glad that you were able to do that. So what do I have for you here? I got a Luke salute for you. Yeah, very cool. If you haven't backed it yet, you guys, you have 3 minutes.
Do it.
Do it. Make Palpatine proud. Do it. Make Victoria proud. Hero Gauge, how's it going? Can't decide which version to back. My friend, you don't have a lot of time. Get in there. Back it. Get the deluxe. That way you have the full Cantina. Refresh. Yes. 100%. I got the popular deluxe and base combo for that nice set of loose. Yeah, so one of mine is deluxe and the other 2 are the standard, because I think I need 2 deluxe cantinas. I was mostly in it for the figures for that 3rd set. But yeah. You got to have at least 1 deluxe, I feel like, because the deluxe one has different some of the details are different that are in there. Some of the details are different. We got 2 minutes to go, you guys. We got 2 minutes to go in this campaign. Damn. 14,604. The number is going up higher than it has this whole campaign in these last few minutes. It really is. I mean, if we get 15,000, I think that'd be really cool. R7G 1977 just backed minutes to spare. We love that. Thank you.
Yes, I bet you have.
Thank you for backing the bar. Awesome. Lots of activity, lots of comments, lots of viewers. You guys are great. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. This last little bit here of the campaign. What's the next campaign? Let's talk about that after this last minute, because you guys, this is it. This is the final countdown right here. We're in the last minute of this. Here we go. We have 202 in the house. How many are going to back? It's 8:59 right now. 14,638. Okay, it's still open. You technically still have a few seconds to get in there and back it if you haven't already. You don't want to miss out on the Cantina. You don't want to pay $1,000 for this in a couple of years. Here we go. Keep refreshing. I'm refreshing. Still 8:59. We still have a few seconds left. Okay. We're still going. I'm going to refresh it again. We still have a few seconds left, believe it or not. A few seconds left. All right, it is 9 o'clock. Can you still back it? It is 9 o'clock. It looks like you can still back it. That's crazy. That is wild. 14,680. Are they going to close it off? It's still up. It's still up, you guys. Can you back it still? Yeah, looks like you can still back it. Does it end at 9:01? Is that when it actually ends? Oh, no, it's over. Funded. 14,687 backers out of 1,000. Okay, so we almost doubled the minimum. All right, we didn't get that last tier. We didn't get our Leo shoes. But you know what? As I've been saying all night, this is a win. Okay, this is a win. This is something that I and many in this TVC collecting community have been championing for years. This is something that I know a lot of folks have been wanting to add to their collection for years. It has figures that many of us have been wanting for years. The Tonicas, a new Greedo, Nabrin Leeds, Wooher. You guys, we backed the bar. We backed the bar. And we're getting 2 tiers unlocked to display inside our brand new bar. That's pretty darn good. Thank you, Charlie, for the super chat. Non-Cantina question, will we ever get the rest of the Bad Batch in TVC? I think we will, Charlie. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think we will. I don't think they're going to leave Hunter by himself forever. I feel like we will at some point. When? That I'm not sure, but I think we will. All right, let's see. Has this changed? I'm just curious. Has the number changed even though it's ended? 687. Nope. It's still at 687. Okay. All right. So for now, I'm calling it. This is the final number. We'll see if anything changes in the next few hours, tomorrow. Officially, as of right now, as of the time that this campaign was supposed to end, 14,687 backers. That is awesome. In just a year and a couple months perhaps, you're going to be able to recreate this moment right here when you receive your Mos Eisley Cantina playset.
Hey, we don't serve their kind here.
What?
Your droids, they'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
You're getting Wooher. You're getting the Tonica sisters. We're going to have a brand new Luke. We have an R2-D2 that just came out. Hopefully we get a C-3PO. And hopefully they keep the momentum going with further Cantina characters, Cantina aliens that we can continue adding to our collections. Guys, this is a big win. Not just if you're a fan of the Cantina, not just if it's something that you've wanted, not just for HasLab, but this is a win for the vintage collection, right? Think about on a bigger scale, Star Wars, the vintage collection. The line that started it all back in 1978 with that first early bird kit of figures, the Kenner days. The line that continues to this day, the longest lasting 3 3/4 inch action figure line in the world. Almost 50 years. This is a huge win. I'm stoked. I'm happy. I'm celebrating with you guys. Just a major salute, major cheers to you guys. Like, this is awesome. I don't need to eat that mint. You guys, I know I keep saying it, but pat yourselves on the back, high fives all around. Time for Tonica. That time has come. That time is here. This is finally happening. And I can't wait. I mean, I can wait because I need to figure out where I'm going to put the Cantina. But until we actually get in our collections, like, that's something I never ask myself until it actually comes, right? Like, where am I going to put it? I don't know. We'll figure it out when the time comes. We've got time to plan and think about that. The vintage collection is the vintage collection because it's the vintage collection. Nothing else comes close to it. Nothing else touches it. I don't hate any other scale. I welcome other scales. I collect and dabble into pretty much any scale you can imagine. But the vintage collection is the legacy scale. It is the scale that started it all. It's the scale that continues to gather us here around the table, around the internet, where we can have a good time together, where we can talk, where we can celebrate, where we can continue to world build on our shelves, where we continue to build out these scenes in our displays, in our homes, in our shared spaces with our loved ones, in our private spaces, our man caves, our woman caves, or whatever you want to call them. It's this scale that enables things like the Mos Eisley Cantina to become a reality. So it's a big win for TVC. It's a big win for the Vintage Collection, because this, whether or not you realize it, is going to open the door for more HasLabs for TVC, and perhaps even pave the way for something like the Death Star, which would have to be similar, which would have to be modular, which would have to accommodate all the figures we've been adding from the Empire for all these decades. It's true. I think that the success of this campaign is going to correlate to the Death Star perhaps being the next HasLab, and if not, definitely being one of the next 2 HasLabs, because this getting funded says, hey, the Vintage Collection community will support environments. They will support modular playsets that can give a home to these figures that collectors have been buying all these years. And that's what this is right here. That's where it's at, the world building, right? This Cantina enables us to world build. The Death Star as a playset would enable us to world build. Now, the Bad Batch, I think, are very essential. And, when I was on the SW, the Vintage Collection Facebook group stream earlier this evening, they asked me, they said, what do you think for the next HasLab? And I said, well, they started with OT with the barge, and then they went new media with the Razor Crest, then the Ghost, and now back to OT with the Cantina. Part of me feels like they would go back to new media. But if they do, then you can bet your bottom dollar that the next one would certainly be the Death Star. Like I feel like it would have to be. It would have to be. Wow, Mary, I don't know what to say. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much for your super chat. That is very sweet. I love that we're able to have you here with us every week, hanging out with us. You're a big part of this Cantina community. Thank you for that. It's my honor. It's my pleasure to contribute whatever little bit I can to this whole big hobby, little hobby, this thing that we all love to do and love to talk about online. So, thank you. That's very sweet, very kind, and, very generous. Thank you. Rolando, hello to you. Paul says that he just got charged. Are we getting charged now? Are we getting charged? Oh, do I want to look at my credit card? Do I want to look and see those charges? Yes, I don't mind because it's for the Cantina, right? If it were for something else, I'd be like, but it's for the Cantina. Charge away. Charge away. Helen, it says they had to do the crest. That show was too hot, not too. I agree. It made 100% perfect sense when it happened. And it had to, that was the time for that. Geek Strong, thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. MCR, bye everyone. Bye MCR, thank you for joining us. TVC Mackin, congrats on the Tonicas. I backed too. Thank you, TVC Mackin, for backing too. Well worth it. I think you need at least the 2. So that's awesome. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. That's kind. Collector Phil says, I am backing in Canada. Haven't been charged yet. I mean, maybe I have. I don't know. But usually it's right away. I feel like in previous HasLabs that I've done, I feel like they usually charge right away. I'm sure I got charged. I'm sure they did that already. PayPal hasn't been charged, and Brent says same. Yeah, I don't know about PayPal. Credit card, I feel like they would have charged me already, but I'm not sure how it would be with PayPal. I don't know how that works. I assumed that they would collect it immediately, but I don't know. Got a new member, Gary Dickens. Thank you. Welcome, Gary, to VC. We really appreciate you. Welcome to you. And thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, Brent. We appreciate you. We will see you in the future. Hyperspace Fighter got charged too. I just want to look at the page real quick and see if anything's changed. Yeah, the number did go up, you guys. Look, let me show you. Not a lot, but it went up a little. It went up to 742. It was like 600 and something. It went up just a little bit. So I don't know if they added something or it was a delay. I have no idea. All right, so I'm recalling it. The final number is 14,742. Maybe I'll have to call it again in later this week when we come back on Friday. We'll see if that's changed. Alex says that he's been charged. Okay. Awesome. Holland at one says, so if you called your channel The Victoria's Cantina, it will be TVC. Yes. When I was on the other stream earlier this evening with John Miko, somebody in the comments said something like that about like maybe they'll make Victoria into an action figure, and Steve Evans replied and said maybe Victoria can be VC 375, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I have no reason to be in the vintage collection though, honestly. Like I have nothing to do with being in any of those movies, so it needs to. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. But hey, if they wanted to bring back Selfie Series TVC edition, you guys want to guess where I would go in my collection displays? I think you know the answer. Scrolling through the chat here. Scott says, charge right away. Bring on the Cantina. Milky Way says, I think they have to add non-US purchases from the last bit still. Yeah. If they were withholding those until now, I it would be great to see that number go to 17,000. I don't know that it would, but it would be cool. And Milky Way, did I ask you if you're going to be at SDCC? I feel like I didn't. Maybe I just missed your answer. 375 forever. Heroic Age. If they do a Death Star playset, would you want it to be the shape of the Death Star, like the logo set, or maybe modulars and flat so they could release expansions? I would like it to be like the Cantina. Modular. I mean, I think a round thing would be kind of cool, but it would also be very limiting in terms of how you display it. I think modular would be the way to go. I wouldn't mind if they did like maybe certain parts of it that kind of had like an exterior covering. I think that would be kind of cool. Like, like the gray with like little gun cannons or something. But I think modular would be the way to go, because then you could do like the Cantina and you don't have to put it all like on one coffee table or on one shelf. You can kind of suit it to fit your needs. And I think that was one of the best things about the Cantina. I think that'd be one of the best things about the hypothetical Death Star. All right, Geek Strong, you go to bed. I appreciate you being here. I go right next to the Tonicas in the Cantina. Yeah, I would definitely be in the Cantina somewhere. Next to the Tonicas, maybe. Perhaps. Zombie Hunter, how's it going? Ron, Victoria, who from the Cantina should be made next? Other than our Leo shoes. Yes, our Leo shoes should be made next. Without question. I would say, if you're asking me for my personal, like, versus what makes the most sense, I'm going to tell you my personal. And then maybe I'll tell you what makes the most sense. My personal, I mean, I love Acmina from the holiday special, to be honest. But if we're excluding the holiday special, just focusing on A New Hope, I would love to see Zizvit, the fly dude. Because I love the crazy anthropomorphic aliens. I love those. Realistically, though, what would make the most sense for the vintage collection other than our Leo shoes? I would say probably would make the most sense because they've kind of covered their ground really well. I would say like somebody prominent that should be redone, like Danik Jericho, like Labria, like Garandan, who's not technically in the Cantina, but or even like Muff Tack, or one of those guys that was done in the 90s that really needs to be redone. I think would be probably worth redoing. Some of them hold up to this day. Mayo, Feltapur Travag, Milum Onith. Some of those still hold up really well, but I don't know that. I think if they're going to reduce them, they need to go back and like do some older ones. I think those would be great. I'd love to see a new Lax Sivrak too. Why not give us both Wolfmen, even though we have an old one? If they do Wolfman next, it'd be hard for them to do new Lax Sivrak. Yeah, well. Let me look at the outfit for Lax Sivrak real quick. Let's take a look. Actually, let's look at it together. Why not? I'm trying to find a good picture of Lax Sivrak here. Okay, I think I got one that looks pretty good. In this picture here, let's see. Lack is almost, I guess it's a little grainy, a little blurry. He's wearing it looks like a potato sack, like like one of those like what is it called? Burlap. It looks like he's wearing burlap. And I don't think we have anything that really looks like that. I kind of feel like Zutton, maybe. No, not even Zutton. I don't think it would be very easy. Maybe they can reuse like the hands or the legs or something, but he would need a new shirt for sure. Because I don't think there's anything else that's wearing this that would be able to be re-released. So they would need to redo the he would need to be like a partial to at the very least. Maybe they could pull the legs from some other figure. But yeah, I think Lax Sivrak would need to be a partial tool. Volvif Mon. Yeah, I love Volvif Mon. I have his figure on my shelf. Can they pull anything from Volvif Mon? The head can be pulled. The thing is that figure's from 2007 or 2008, so I don't know if it would fly necessarily. I think it still looks great, but it doesn't really have motion. You could swivel neck. Yeah, they probably need to redo it from the ground up, I think. Other than like maybe like some legs that they could pull from someone else. Going to be great to see how they create a custom soundboard, sound boxes, exterior wall source. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the community does with their cantinas. I really am. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm going to set up on my shelf. I may do the lighting, at least for some of it. But I'm not going to go crazy with it. Yeah, Muff Tack feels really out of scale. He's way oversized. 4-pack idea. Arleo, Libria, and one of the astronauts telling to be shared new boss, Garandan. Yeah, that would be cool. Those 4-packs, they're usually a mix of like mostly reused figures, right? Repaints. So I don't think they would do those 4. They might mix and match, but I don't know if they would do those 4. I'm just thinking of the other 4-packs they've done. They've always been like partial tools and reuse. Maybe they could do one of the other Rhodians in the Cantina, like the ones that's not wearing the vest. I think that would make sense for something like that. Maybe a Jawa would fit in there. A couple other things. Wouldn't it be cool if Wolfman comes in a 2-pack with pipe smoking frog guy who replaced him in special edition with Melos? Yeah, they never did Melos as a figure. That would be interesting. Boshek. Yeah, Boshek needs to be redone. Waitress Jenny. Yeah, Jenny hasn't ever been done. I don't know if they'd ever do Jenny though. Kevin says my PayPal went through. This is real. This is real. This happened. We backed the bar. Gotta light the bar portion for sure. Yeah, I think that would make sense, like to more than anything else, to light the bar. Muff Tack and Cabe. Yeah. Holiday special has always been canon. The Fly would make a great action figure. Yeah, Zizvit. Geek Strong, I thought you were going to bed. Geek Strong says my credit card has been charged up $1,000. Yeah. It's happening. Wasn't there a Rhodian in Bosk's spacesuit? That I don't remember. I know there was a spaceman in Bosk's spacesuit. I don't remember a Rhodian. There may have been, and I'm not remembering, but I don't remember one. This is a good idea, Justin. 4-pack of Ponda Baba, Dr. Evazan, Zutton, and Bombunda together series back out there. That would make good sense, because those are still sculpts that hold up to this day. And that would be easy. It wouldn't be expensive for Hasbro to do. Ponda Baba, I really want them to do a new sculpt though, because the one they have out, the TVC one from a long time ago, he's a good figure, but he's not a very accurate figure. Ponda Baba has like a really big wide head, and that figure has kind of a skinny head and like a narrow or a wide body, and so it should be the opposite. So I'd like them to redo Ponda Baba. Sunglasses at night. I would pay the eBay prices for the Power of the Force Boshek pilot. eBay prices. Power of the Jedi Boshek. What are the eBay prices for Boshek? I don't even know. Lisa Absurlin. I like the Lisa Absurlin that they did, but yeah, they could update her with rocker ankles. And I mean, she sits though. She's just a great figure. And I did interview Pam Rose, who portrayed that character on Cantina Chatter podcast many years ago now. And also Lori Good, who portrayed her Check Halfast. So if you guys haven't heard those interviews, along with Angela Staines, of course, those are on Cantina Chatter podcast. Updated Mantis in color green. You mean Kitted Keed Cack? You got to say the name, Kitted Keed Cack. I agree, though. I'd love to see it. I don't think it's a priority, but I would like to see a new one of those, too. From today, my new toy anxiety factor is what will contain the inevitable Cantina patrons 3 or 4-pack. Yeah, I feel like I could design a video around that topic. Maybe I'll work on that. Greg, how's it going? The Job is Good 4-pack had 3 new characters. There may have been slight sharing of parts. Yeah, there was a lot of sharing, in there actually. Very minimal on the retooling, and that's I think why they were able to do that. Kevin says, am I crazy thinking rocker ankles actually make it harder to get figures to stand and pose? I don't think you're wrong. I think in some cases they help a lot. But in some cases they can be a little problematic. I'd rather have them than not have them. But yeah, sometimes you get that figure that the thing is you're trying to align a hip joint with a knee joint with an ankle joint. And the more joints that you have, the harder it is to kind of dial everything in there so that it stands the way you want it to stand. And I think that's probably what the main issue is. Did the count change? Let's see if the count changed. It's not even on the front page anymore of Hasbro Pulse. It's already gone. Yeah, you're right. It's 14,737. Rick says, tonight we celebrate another TVC win. The Barge, Razor Crest, the Ghost, and now the Cantina. 4 giant wins for TVC. Yep. It's a huge win. We sent a message to Hasbro. Everybody that backed this sent a message to Hasbro that, the vintage collection needs more of this. It needs more environment play sets. It needs more places where we can house our figures. It needs more places where new ways for us to get figures that might not otherwise come out. I mean, I think the ideal would have been to have the Tonicas like in the main line, honestly, but if it's either the only way we can get them out is to put them in a HasLab or not at all, put them in the HasLab. Still had a lot of people hanging out here. That's awesome. Yeah, we're almost 30 minutes out from the closure of the campaign. We still got 141 hanging out with us. So glad you guys are still here. Michael says, sorry, John Miko's stream just ended. I wanted to finish that so I can watch this one after. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the replay is here. So you guys can, if you missed one or the other, you can replay. It is 9:28 Pacific time. So I guess I'm going to end by just saying, once again, thank you guys immensely for being here the last several weeks where we've been trying to back the bar. Thank you for hanging out during Cantina Social Hour, during this stream. And thank you for, involving yourselves in this campaign to back the bar, because it is a really important, it is a dream project, maybe not for everybody, for me and for a lot of folks that I know that are longtime collectors. This bar with the Tonica sisters, with Wooher, now with Greedo, Nabrin Leeds, this is really a dream project. This is what, I think HasLabs should kind of try and be about, is dream projects that may not happen in any other way. And, we did the hard work. We backed the bar at 8,000 backers, and we still were able to managed to get 2 of the cherries on top. We got 2 of the stretch goals. We got Greedo, we got Nabrin Leeds. So that's really exciting. Our little shoes, I hope we could still get him. Hasbro seemed to indicate that, we could still maybe get him. So until we get confirmation, trust me, I will continue to pester Hasbro about our Leal shoes. I'm going to be at Comic-Con. They're going to be there in a few weeks. I will ask them about our Leal shoes, because I know you guys want to know about our Leal. I want our Leal shoes in my collection. I can't, it stings that we didn't get that one, but I don't think the sun has set on our Leal shoes. I think there's going to be another opportunity to get that figure. I really do. I really, really do. So this Friday, Cantina Social Hour, I will be back. I will be back on Saturday as well. We got 3 streams this week with this one here. As far as Friday, we're going to continue our focus on this topic, the Cantina, and everything that, it entailed. But here is the stream for Friday. It is Cantina Social Hour. Will be joined by Toys Are the Way, returning to the Cantina. And then for the first time ever, we got Susan Alexander and then Peak Obi-Wan. All of these folks have also backed the bar. So we are going to start, I don't want to say wrapping up our focus in the Cantina, because I think it's always going to be a focus when I'm involved. But we're going to continue the topic for sure. We'll talk about other things as well, of course. And then Saturday, I have the other stream, the special edition of Cantina Social Hour with Chris from Bantha School. I got Tim from Bosk's Bounty. And I got Jason, aka Middle-Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures. And I don't know. There may be other folks there. I'm not sure yet. But I will confirm those details on Instagram in the coming days. So thank you guys for being here with me. I really appreciate you. I see your comments. And thank you for the kind words. And thank you for backing the bar. This is just the beginning. We still got the bar coming to our collections in a year. In a couple months, I assume. Thank you. This was a team effort. Everybody did their part. Really appreciate you guys. And you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Honestly, thank you for being here on a Monday night, hanging out with me for this final countdown live stream. It's been a blast. And I really appreciate your positive energy and you reciprocating the optimism, the excitement surrounding this Cantina playset. So thank you guys for that. I'll see you guys on the socials. I will see you on Friday during Cantina Social Hour. And I hope you'll be back joining me. We'll continue talking about the Cantina. We'll continue focusing on, what other figures need to be made for the Cantina. But for now, congratulations to you all. Congratulations to the TVC collecting community. Congratulations to Angela Staines and Christine Hewitt, who finally have their figures coming. And congratulations to Hasbro on another successful TVC HasLab. You guys, no matter where you're tuning in from out in the galaxy, thank you for tuning in to the final countdown live stream. I will see you during Cantina Social Hour this Friday. Be well, be safe, no matter where you're tuning in from out in this world, out in the galaxy, out in the universe, through some interstellar dimension. Thank you for tuning into Cantina Social Hour. I will see you next time. Be well, be safe, may the force be with you guys. Bye.